Go ahead.
Good afternoon. My name's Eric Heck. I'm here with Jim Johnson and Christianne Donahue, and we are going to talk about best practices with Google Blogger. So we want to start just by talking about what exactly a blog is. And basically, it's just a regularly updated website, and most of the time it contains journal-like entries that the author wants to share with a specific audience or with the world. Some well-known blogs that you might be familiar with, the TMZ, Daily Beast are two kind of entertainment news blogs. Gizmodo is like a technology-based news blog. And then one that I use often as a news source is the Huffington Post. So I'll just take you into that for a minute, and we'll take a look at what this looks like. So you can see this looks very similar to any other news website you may use. You've got a front page, links to different sections of the blog, and if you were to explore this one, you would see they have content from a lot of different areas and a lot of different contributors. Some of them are regular contributors that are employees of the HuffPost, and then there's it's kind of open source so that there are other contributors that write on occasion. Again, some of the others: Daily Beast, TMZ, Gizmodo, and our presentation today is about Blogger, which is Google's blog publishing and hosting service. It's part of their app service that we're all familiar with at this point from class. Some of the others that you may have heard of: WordPress, Tumblr, Squarespace, TypePad. However, it's not limited to just these four plus Blogger. If you did a quick search on Google, you would see that there's a lot of different blog publishing services that you could use if you wanted to create your own blog. So that being said, why choose Blogger over some of the other publishing services? First of all, it's free and includes a lot of free storage. When you first open your account, you get 1 GB of free storage for your blog. If you connect it to your Google Plus account, that opens up a little bit more storage. Some of the other platforms that I showed you before charge a storage fee for your content, and they also charge to register the domain name for your blog. The main reason why we like this over the others is the simplicity. Now, as I was reading different reviews, some of the reviewers kind of showed this in a negative light, but they were targeting professional bloggers. Because of the simplicity, there wasn't as much ability for you to change the design and the format of your blog, so it was real limiting in that way. But as I read on with the reviews, I thought about it from an educational perspective, and it made it much more approachable for an educator. It's a very, very, very user-friendly platform, and as you'll see in just a minute, as Christianne takes us through it, it makes it very simple to start using that. So I will turn this over to Christianne, and she's going to show you how to get started on a blog. Go ahead.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm going to show you how it's. Do you guys hear the echo?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to
It's
take
gone.
care of that right now.
It's gone now.
Okay.
Good to go?
You're all set.
Okay, so in your search bar, you can just put in Blogger and click on it. And it'll bring you to this page where it shows you a blog that I did before, but I'm going to start a new one. So you click on New Blog, and you can title it whatever you want. So I'm going to title it Rainy Saturday. And then on the address bar, you put in what you want it to come up as, and hopefully it's not taken already. and it's not available, so I'll do rainy Saturday and my last name and see if that works. Okay, then you can click a template. These are just basic templates, and we can go in later on and make it custom to what we want. And this is the name. Okay, so here's the main page. If you click up here and you click on View Blog, here's your blog. So of course there's no posts or anything because I didn't do anything yet. But first we're going to design it and make it pretty. So over here we have live on blog and then the mobile version. So you can change the settings on your mobile version to show how you want it to come out, whether you want it to be a full template on your mobile device or not. So I'm going to click yes and then hit save. And before you do anything, if you do like this, you want to back it up or restore it because then you can't get this back again unless you redo it. So I'm going to click customize and I'm going to change my background to maybe a blue for the rain and change my layout. You know, you can have the bars on the side or on the bottom, and it'll show you if you scroll down what the organization will be. So I like this one. You could adjust your widths of how wide you want it to be. You want it to take up the whole page or not the whole page. I'm going to put it right there. Looks good. And then it'll also ask you about the left sidebar, where you want that to go, how wide or how thin. Depends on, I guess, how much you're blogging or what you're blogging about. And then you could change the font, how you like, and the color of the ink of the words. Okay, so now if you go back, you have to click, if you're done, you click Apply to Blogger, so it saves it. Oh wait, do I want to put a picture in it? There is picture templates. Okay, so go back to your Blogger. And then you can click on View Blog. And here's your blog. On the side, this is your profile. So if you click on your name, it links right to Google+, which is your profile that you would have already made, which is nice. And then you have all your friends that you can share it with, and other posts and all that. And to post a blog, you click up on the right corner, New Post. And you can type what to do on a rainy Saturday. You can attach a picture if you'd like up here. You can use files from your drive or whatever you have. So I have a picture of dancers, so I'll just put that in for now. And then you select it, and you can also add links, movie clips, whatever it is that you like, and you can put a title on it. I'm going to wait on that, and I'll title it Ideas, and I'll click Save and Publish. And share. And there's my blog. So you can look at it, and from the outsider they can come in and you can comment, say today we colored, and then update, and then go back to view. And then when someone else comments, it'll show up, I guess, differently. Like in a Instagram or a Twitter would be. And then you could also click on different social media tabs to put it right towards there, right to there. And that's it. So I think that sums it up, Jim. Jim?
I'm coming. I was on. All right, so we learned a little bit about Blogger and how to set up a blog, the basics of it, and now we got to think about how can we apply this to education? How can we use it in the classroom? Basically, Blogger offers you the opportunity to have a free website to keep your students or whoever is following you in tune with what's going on with the course and what is working with going on in your school. It's a great way to share ideas, websites, pictures, update what you're doing. The nice thing about Blogger is that it's a lot, I guess, simpler to use than, say, updating a website each time, because you saw, as Christianne demonstrated, you could really kind of knock it out in a matter of minutes. You could update it from your phone. It's a very easy program to use. So how can we use it for classroom? Like I said, you can share links. You can share it to your Google Classroom. You can have your blog posted to it so that you can basically allow your students to view videos that they have to watch for the day the night before for your class. I know I always use the example of I teach auto shop, so we're always doing different tasks. And for example, like you could use YouTube for a demonstration on how to replace rotors on a 2006 Civic, whatever it may be. Now that's more of a hands-on class, but however, it also works for a lot of more academic classes. So I'm going to give you a couple examples that I found really quickly. Basically, all I showed, or all I searched on Google was teacher blogs, and I found a couple really good examples. So let's take a look at them. All right, so this one here is basically the first one that came up, and it's just 14 different teachers' blogs, so you can get some inspiration from these. News from teachers and things like that. So let's take a look at what they did and how they used Blogger for their classroom. This first one is a science teacher who basically displays a bunch of videos. He talks about what he's working on in his classroom. You can easily post Google videos to your account, and this one they're basically kind of describing an object. And he goes through and he does a lot of different styles. Some of them are pretty interesting, some of them aren't, but it is a good example of how a teacher can use, not only just Google, but incorporate YouTube into it as well as Blogger to make things a little bit easier for the students to view.
That's just amazing. Yeah, and here's
there's also more. That was for a high school science teacher. This guy here, or this lady rather, she is for young writers. So it's for book reviews and things like this. So this is an excellent way for her to kind of demonstrate what they are working on, as well as maybe give them suggestions for some reading on their own. And again, Youth Voices, this is another excellent writing blog that a teacher made, which is very simple, it's straightforward, but this is good inspiration for what you can actually do with Blogger itself. So I want to pose 3 questions. The first one being, of course, how can you utilize Blogger in your classroom? In other words, how can you apply it to the courses that you teach? In other words, how can you use Blogger to basically reach your students and give them easy access to what you're working on? Also, the second question being, how can we, one second, how could we improve Blogger to allow easy access to our students? Like, in other words, where can you share it? How can you get this information to them? Obviously, email is probably the easiest. And also, how do you think you can utilize Blogger not only for your classroom but also outside of the classroom? So please post your responses on Blackboard, and we look forward to chatting with you. So take care. Thank you for watching. See you later.